Everyone wants to know the secret trick to getting rich with Bitcoin. But here is the brutal truth. Bitcoin isn't a magical money tree, and it wasn't created by a wizard to turn teenagers into instant millionaires. It's a revolutionary, cold-blooded piece of computer technology. To understand how people actually got ridiculously wealthy off of it, and why millions of others lost their entire life savings, you need to look inside the digital engine driving the whole madness. It all started back in 2008 with a mysterious programmer named Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows if Satoshi is a man, a woman, or a group of rogue computer scientists, because after publishing a brief 9-page document on the internet, Satoshi vanished like a ghost. But that paper introduced the world to cryptocurrency, a brand new form of digital money that doesn't rely on banks, governments, or central authorities to exist. To understand why this is a massive deal, think about normal cash. When you send money through a bank, you have to trust that bank to keep track of your balance, process the payment, and not steal your cash. But Bitcoin removed the middleman entirely using a groundbreaking technology called the blockchain. Imagine a giant, indestructible digital ledger book. Every single time anyone on Earth sends or receives Bitcoin, that transaction is written into a block of data. Once a block is full, it gets cryptographically chained to the previous block, creating a permanent, unchangeable chain of history, the blockchain. But here's the genius part. This ledger doesn't sit on one government computer. It is simultaneously copied and updated across hundreds of thousands of computers all over the world. So how do you secure a system like that from dirty hackers? Through sheer, brutal math. Bitcoin uses a security mechanism called proof of work. Thousands of high-powered computers, called crypto miners, compete in a high-speed race to solve insanely complex mathematical puzzles. The first computer to solve the puzzle gets to validate the next block of transactions and receives newly minted bitcoins as a reward. This makes hacking the network virtually impossible, because to forge a single transaction, an attacker would have to outpower more than half of the world's most powerful computers combined. This brings us to the ultimate question. How did people actually get rich with Bitcoin? It boils down to one simple economic rule: scarcity. Unlike normal paper money, which governments print by the trillions whenever they want, Satoshi programmed a strict, unchangeable cap into Bitcoin's code. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence, ever. On top of that, every 4 years, an event called the Halving automatically cuts the reward given to miners in half, making new Bitcoin twice as hard to create. In 2010, Bitcoin was worth fractions of a single cent. A guy famous in crypto history actually paid 10,000 Bitcoins just to buy 2 large pizzas, a stash that would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. The early visionaries who got rich weren't psychic wizards. They were risk takers who recognized the power of decentralized code early on. They bought thousands of coins for pocket change, put them in secure offline hardware wallets, and held on through terrifying market crashes where the price plummeted by 80% overnight. As massive tech companies, hedge funds, and even entire countries started adopting Bitcoin as digital gold to protect their wealth against inflation, demand skyrocketed while supply remained strictly limited. That explosive imbalance pushed the value of a single coin from pennies to tens of thousands of dollars per coin. The ultimate dumbest truth about getting rich with Bitcoin is that there is no overnight cheat code. The people who made life-changing fortunes didn't gamble on shady get-rich-quick scams or trade leverage with eyes closed. They took the time to understand the underlying technology, manage their risk, and had the iron stomach to hold on to their investment while the rest of the world screamed that it was going to zero.